Alright, so now we're going to show you basically how to prep your material, what you're going to need to potentially prep your material, and so on. And not in every case are you going to need all this stuff or prep material, but I'll explain the different times that you're going to want to and the different things that I'm doing and why I am doing it. So let's dive in and let's show you how to do it. Alright, so to start, I got a piece of steel here. This is 3/16 inch plate by 3 inch, and I'm just going to mark my spot that I'm going to need. Obviously it's a little too wide, so I'm going to cut it in half, and then I'm going to start prepping it. So I got my silver pin here. I got my tape measure. It measures at 16 inches, so half of 16 is 8. Mark it there. Then I'll cut it. So to cut, obviously make sure that you have your safety glasses, you have your material handy, as well as some earplugs. In this case, I'm going to use these bigger earplugs, and we're going to cut. So right here I have a Evolution cold saw. It works extremely well. I thoroughly enjoy these saws because they have a carbide blade on them, and it just makes for a good quick cut. So I have it lined up there. I got it clamped down nice and tight. Get my gloves on. And we're gonna cut. It's gonna get loud, but it's gonna cut quick. So as you saw there, that saw cut very quick. Evolution is one of our bonuses as being a part of this course. All Evolution products you get 10% off. So I'm not endorsed by them. I do not get paid for that. I solely got that contract so that I can give you guys a discount. So you guys get 10% off on all Evolution power tools. So after I got that cut, I got my 2 pieces. So now I'm going to prep them to weld. If you're just trying to practice weld, this isn't always necessary. It will make your beads come out better and cleaner, but you don't always, if you're just wanting to practice, get a couple beads in, you don't have to prep it. It does save a little bit of frustration because say there's, obviously from the mill where they make the metal, it comes with a mill scale. So on top right here, this is all mill scale. Once you grind it off, you'll get the raw, bare material. Depending on if it was set out, there might be some rust on it. So different elements could contaminate your weld pool. So you're gonna wanna make sure it's as clean as possible. Personally, this metal isn't too bad. As you can see here, there's some paint on the end. There is a little bit of rust and a lot of mill scale. So I'm just gonna grind it down a little bit. It's not always necessary that you grind it down. And it goes back to what type of welding are you doing? You know, if you're welding big structural type stuff and you're building buildings, you know, obviously that an engineer creates, they will have you grind it down and make your metal so it adheres better, that it welds better, but it isn't always necessary. But to show you guys how to do it, I got my pieces cut and I'm gonna grind it down. I have a grinder with a flapper disc on it. This works very well for prepping before your welds. It goes pretty quick, it's pretty seamless, and yeah, so we're gonna do that here. I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna get my earmuffs on again, and then always make sure you have safety glasses as well. So I'm going to also clamp down my piece just to make sure that as I am grinding it doesn't shoot away from me or, you know, hurt me in any way. So I got that piece set down. I'm going to grind I'm gonna weld on this outside edge, so I'm gonna grind that piece down. So there's one side there. You can see I kind of got this bottom half, and that's gonna allow me to weld really nice. So we're gonna do this next piece. You always wanna make sure, I use this clamp because you're gonna wanna make sure that your hands are you always have two hands on this grinder. I have seen a lot of accidents with the grinder. So you're gonna wanna make sure that you always have two hands on it. We will have a grinder safety video that you could refer to, but we're gonna get right into prepping this material because that's what we're doing now. As you saw there, you saw how fast it went. Even if I had to grind this whole piece, it wouldn't have taken me very long. So yeah, it's very simple, pretty easy, and we got those pieces prepped, ready to weld now.